Same seats, same mates. Every other week, scarf up, heads high. Hear the cockerel speak. White and blue in my blood, in my name. Born and bred for the lane, for the lane. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Sing it louder, feel it running through your veins. THFC till we die, that's the way. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Oh yeah! Hey, hey, old boys, young kids, all in one song. Heartbreak, hailstorms, still we march on. Under lights, under rain, it's the same. All in, all out, for the badge, for the name. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Sing it louder, feel it running through your veins. THFC till we die, that's the way. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane.
There we go. I'm sorry, guys. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on THFC Till We Die. As you can see, Dermo is currently in the medical treatment centre, and Billy, well, he's not here just as yet, but we know Billy, he will turn up at some point. So you are just left with me, Big James, at the moment, until hopefully Billy is able to join us. So welcome along this evening, our roundup of the week on all things Spurs and my take on what's been happening, what's going to be happening, what should we look forward to next week, and how are we going to move. Um, so we'll just start with, like I say, the roundup of what's gone off. No incomings as of yet, although there does seem to be a lot of transfer rumours and of players and potential signings and who are we looking at, who are we not looking at, and also outgoings, who's going, where they're going, what can we expect over the next few days, and what actually has happened over the last week. So we'll just start with the outgoings. Oh, here he is, my lovely co-host, Billy. Evening, my friend. I'm glad
Good
you're here.
evening.
Um,
Good evening.
Dermo unfortunately has found himself into the medical treatment centre.
Yeah, he's had a Spurs
Um,
injury, I believe, hasn't he?
yeah, something along those lines. Something along those lines. It's associated with the club, Billy. You follow Spurs and you get sent injured. Um,
Yep, 100%. Still no bombers, mate.
so
Still no bombers.
still no bombers, although I'm starting to become a little bit more convinced on who I think this bomber might be. And it's not that I'm not willing to say, it's just I'm starting to get the inkling that it's going to be a striker. It's going to be somebody who we've mentioned on the show. He's coming from Turkey. Um, there just seems to be too much noise around it for it to be just mindless rumor. And I think it will be a quality signing, and I think the bomber signing will be Victor Osimhen coming in, and I think it'd be an extremely good coup if we can manage to get it over the line. That's my inkling. It's what my gut is screaming at me. No, it's not Dennis Wise, Dermo. Absolutely not Dennis Wise. But I know we've touched on it before, Billy. I mean, would you take him? I suppose that's the biggest question. Would you take Osimhen?
God, yeah,
Um,
God, yeah.
and,
I would, that's my dream
and do you
signing, to be
think he would
honest.
improve us?
That's my number one who I'd want. Yeah, I think that would be my number one. I'm getting a little bit tempted by Hendrick as well, but
Yeah, that
not
is
really anything
something.
material for that yet. Just more wishing than anything.
Yeah, I did pick up a couple of news articles today actually regarding Hendrick and that we're looking at him. We're monitoring the situation with Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho doesn't fancy him at Real Madrid, and it could be available. Similar sort of deal to was it? I think it was Leon or Leo.
Was
It
Leon,
was
yeah,
last
season
season, yeah. Um,
from January
with a
maybe, I
straight,
think it was.
yeah, straight up loan, wasn't it? So I think Spurs are exploring that as an option. Um, so if the news articles are to be believed, then certainly that would be a lovely little deal, a loan deal. Whether or not we could get that one over the line. Um, again, I think he improves us. What do you think, Billy? Do you think he'd improve us as well?
God, yeah, I think Dennis Wise would improve us at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I would, I'm starting to get a little bit desperate, I have to say. Getting a little bit desperate now. So I would take any of Gakpo, Savinho, Osimhen, Hendrick. I'd bite your hand off for any of them at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting a bit squeaky
I
bum
mean,
time, isn't it? Less than 2 weeks to go now.
yeah, and I think because we came out of the block so fast, and we've had this little lull in the transfer. We're trying to get players out, um, and I don't think it's the case we need to get players out to afford players coming in. I just think it's like we've said, Billy, isn't it, that um, the squad's quite bloated with players that are just squad players that are never going to feature for the first team. Um, so some interesting comments flying around already this evening. I'll just quickly dive into this. As you can see, Dermo is in the chat. It says he's in the medical centre, but he is joining us. He's just in the medical centre. Um, Giant 68 says big up Dermo, James and Billy in chat. That was as the intro was coming on. He didn't know Dermo wasn't here at that point, but he does say, Dermo, hope you are better soon, my friend. Marco 78, he says, evening peoples, come on you Spurs, absolutely. Dermo also saying, Hoover Bomber. And Giants says, James, you would hope a striker and wingers would be in before next weekend so we can get some training in before this game. Absolutely. I would really hope to see us get at least one in. I actually think Manchester City have been shits about Savinho. I'll put it quite bluntly. I think they're being shitty about it. I think we're holding on to him. They keep using this. Oh, we want to sign a replacement, but we've got a replacement lined up. It's pretty much a done deal for replacement coming in. So why have we not letting Savinho come? It stinks of Man City holding on to a player so it doesn't give us the ability to have him from the start of the season. I don't know what you think about that, Billy, but that's sort of where my head's at with it at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. I'm getting a bit twitchy, I have to say. I am getting a little bit twitchy going into. I think we've got to get at least one forward by the end of this week, and next week obviously is a week of training then before the before the game comes, and then yeah, I'm getting a bit twitchy. I think I don't think Solanke's injury is too serious, which I think will help us, but we can't start the Brentford game with the same forward line as last season. We just can't. It's impossible.
No.
And it would just kind of undo all of the good work that we did so far this window, I think. So, I think if you'd have asked anyone what the big problem is at Spurs, it's the forward line, and we haven't addressed it yet. But at the same time, I do genuinely think they're going to get someone in. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I genuinely think that something will happen, and I think De Zerbi might turn around and say, "Look, I know you want to sell players, but we need somebody in that position." And we know the sort of power that he's been given with regards to transfers and assurances. And I agree with what you're saying, though. Is if nothing happens this week, then it really does start to undo all the good work that we did early in the window. And Carlos, Super Carlos, big up my man. He says, look, I know Spurs are busy, but they have successfully eroded all the excitement. They better act fast now. I agree, Carlos, 100% agree that initial sort of buzz that these transfers were sort of building up for us is just sort of ebbed away a little bit for quite a few Spurs fans. Giant 68 says, our rumours true, Dele Alli going to West Ham. I haven't seen that, to be honest. But then again,
I've seen that he might train with them. I don't think he's going there. Yeah, I think he might maybe train with them, but I don't think he's going there. I think it's just a train.
Yeah, it would make more sense. What else we got here? Super Carl says, I got told today that maybe Solanke isn't as injured as it may appear and could be sold.
Do you think at this point, right? So Solanke, apparently, I don't know if you've seen the stuff about Lavia and Chelsea. It's the same. Solanke said he felt pain in his ankle and didn't want to play. Do you think he's got a bit of a mental barrier at this point? And this is happening all the time with him. He's feeling something. There's something there. Do you think he's just got one of those mental blocks? I saw Alonso say that Lavia didn't even think he could ever play 90 minutes again and kept asking to be subbed.
I mean,
they kept him on in pre-season to prove that he can do it. I wonder if Solanke's just got a mental block at this point.
Yeah. And is it mental block or is it like psychosomatic pain?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I think it might well be.
It's like he's thinking there's pain there, so his body's producing pain.
Yeah,
there. I mean, it's
like Lavia's got that as well. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
at that point with players, you have to move them on, really, don't you? Because they feel a slight something and then they can't play or something like that.
Yeah. It's concerning, given what we spent on him and given how his value has plummeted. And I really did hope he was gonna sort of. No one's gonna replace Harry Kane. You can't replace Harry Kane. But I was certainly hoping he was gonna give it a good shot of leading our line. And he just hasn't. Richarlison hasn't. And it's frustrating that we've got these two strikers that seem very similar. Sort of, yeah, they might get us 10 to 12 goals a season, but that's pretty much all we can expect from them. And as one might get us 10 to 12, the other's going to be sat on the injury table most of the season or in and out of the injury treatment room most of the season. So yeah,
I think that's what I think he's just going to keep getting injured all season. This keeps carrying on.
Yeah.
Like this. Even if it's just a little niggle here and there, it adds up, doesn't it?
It does. Missing 2 or 3 games. Not 2 or 3 games a week, but you sort of miss 2 games a month because of niggles and knocks and things like that. And then you maybe pick up a bit more of a serious knock, or you think it's more serious than what it actually is, and when you miss 2 or 3 months out, and that's game time. That's solid game time, then, and before you know it, you're halfway through the season. You played 7 or 8 games at most, and you've not really done anything with it. So yeah, I think we should keep him around the squad, Solanke, because of the English registration, or homegrown registration as it is now. Excuse me, sorry. But I don't think he's going to lead the line. And I don't think Richarlison's capable of leading the line. He's capable of starting certain games, but not all season long.
Yeah, I agree.
Who else we've got in? We've got Wilton McDonald 2399 says, "Good evening, Dermo and Co. Back in Florida, USA. This has been the most excited I've been since the Potch era. Glad to hear it." Rick Harris says Hendrick would be great to get in. Absolutely, me and Billy both agree. Carl's saying again, but Dele Alli, talking about Dele Alli, he's training with them. And Dermo says he has to prove to West Ham he is fit. Marco N17 with the 10 jewels. Thank you very much, Marco. Giant saying cheers, Carlos. Ricky Harris says bring back Troy Parrott, I say. I mean, there is rumours circling around that other big clubs are looking at him, and I mean, he could go for 25 million, and if that's the case, then we could pick up 5 million from that, which would be a nice little Brucey bonus. But I think if we sign him ourselves, I don't think we get a percentage of the money back. Although we might do, because I suppose it is a percentage of next sale, isn't it? So if we bid 25 million and we get 5 million back, in effect, we've only paid 5 million for the player. So I don't know actually how that works. I'd have to look into that one. Giant 68 with the 10 jewels. Thank you very much. Roy Park 355 is saying 335. Sorry, it says we are very close to blowing this entire transfer window. Go get Osimhen. Really, no excuses. Dermo's hoping Marco's well. Marco saying, hope you're going to be okay. Shub Carl says, I hope a fully fit Dele Alli gets West Ham back up into the Premier League. What else have we got going off here? Wilton says, we're in desperate need of a striker. We have forwards, but they're not 15. But pretty much ties into what I was saying. For not 15 to 20 goals a season, a striker needs to get you 23 to 35 per season. For that many out there. No. Marshall Saini 9619 says, imagine it's the amazing Julian Alvarez. Lowe says, any new news? It's gone very quiet. It usually means something is going on, says Carlos. Who we got else? Gerard says 70 to 80 million for the City boy who they bought for 25 to 30 million, who played 10 games a season for him. Seems that looks a major mugging if Spurs pay the 70 to 80 million for what looks like an average player. Are you talking Savinio there, Gerard? I think you're talking Savinio there, but it's not 75 to 80, 70 to 80. It's more like 60, 55 to 60. Carlos say Forest wants Solanke. Straight swap for Morgan Gibbs White for me. Yeah. Marco, I've got the same information. Everything's agreed.
So do I. I've had the same as well.
Everything is agreed with regards to Savinio. The transfer fees agreed at 60 million. The player has got his agreement. He knows what contract for. His wage structure's all there. Everything. It's literally just a case of Manchester City saying, "Okay, yeah, you can go now." And again, this is what I was saying at the top of the show, was it stinks of a little bit of Manchester City holding the player, so it doesn't give us the opportunity to get him training with the first team so he can come in and hit the ground running. James Saunders, hi all. Looks like Hendrick will go to Villa on loan. Well, I mean, if that's the case, that's a good loan signing for Villa. So I'm guessing you're an Aston Villa fan, James, with AVFC in your username. And we welcome all fans into our channel. But if that's the case, then yeah, I mean, it'll be a shrewd bit of business for you. Yeah, welcome along, mate. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Like I say, we welcome anybody from any football club, and we really do appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. Thank you very much. Big up. Oh, that's Dermo saying hello to him. I thought it was Dermo saying hello to me. Have you got Giant68 says, Billy, have you got any juicy transfer news?
Well, not really. Not really. No, I don't know. What about you?
Me personally, no. It's like I say, it's all very quiet.
The only thing I've heard is what you've just said there. Is that I think I've heard Savino is very, very close.
Yeah, Savino is close. He's going. James is going to PSG. Is Ferran Torres. It's pretty much been agreed. He's going PSG. That's where he's going to end up because he's going to probably replace the outgoing Barcola, who's going to probably end up at Liverpool. So yes, he would suit De Zerbi system. I agree, but it's looking like he's going PSG. And ooh, is that genuine, Dermo? Send me a link in private chat or message me.
No, I've seen he's just renewed, I believe.
Are you getting the early bullshit transfer of the week in Dermo here? Because I did Harry Kane last week. So I'll tell you might be getting from us, James Saunders, is Patsar. That is somebody who you're looking at to get from us. I think it's around about 30 million, which is again crazy cheap for me. And that's coming from Paul O'Keefe, saying that's could be a deal, but also Brentford are interested in Sarr as well. So that's one to watch for you. Luis Suarez from Sporting Lisbon is not a bad choice for centre forward. No, he's not. He's not a bad shout. Yeah, I do as well, James. I do think it'd be a good bit of business for you, and I think he would suit Unai Emery's sort of style of play. I mean, what do you think about one, Billy? Patsar potentially going to Aston Villa or Brentford?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good move for him. Can imagine him working really well with Unai Emery, actually. I think he's a good player, so I really do. I think there's a player in there somewhere. It's just, I think Tottenham have just moved on. He's been here for 4 or 5 years now. I thought he was very, very good in Ange's first season, struggled in Ange's second season, and then struggled with Thomas Frank, even though he was brilliant at the beginning of Thomas Frank, and just not really been able to get in the team since, has he?
No, I think he's unfortunately been one of those types of players where you see flashes of the player that he could potentially become.
Yeah.
And then you see I'm not going to say absolute dross performances, but I would say he sort of goes missing in certain games, and he has done for us. And whether or not that's down to the managers that we've had that have not been able to get the best out of him. Um, because there is a player in there, I agree. There is definitely a player in there, and so yeah, I know you're joking about Hurricane, Dermo. Um, it's I can see probably it would be the right time for him to move on. And I mean, if we can get 30 million for him, it's about 15 million profit for us because I think we paid about 14 million for him when we've signed him from FC Metz some years ago. So yeah, definitely one to watch for you there,
I
James.
think he'd do really well at Villa, wouldn't he? Actually.
Yeah. I think it's that sort of he's got Villa written all over. Look, I'd hate for him to come back to White Hart Lane. I do apologise if you can hear a motorbike racing around outside my house. Um, I think I would hate for him to come back and to really be performing um, and putting a performance and turn us over. Um, but yeah, I think he is. He's definitely got the chance to do well at Villa if he goes. Um, um, look, Ione is sort of he's more of a false nine. Is Cody Gakpo?
Yeah,
I would say
which I
would
think
more
can
would
fit De
probably
Zerbi
be
quite well, can't it?
yeah. That would be more of his natural position. I would say that sort of false nine role. Um, so I really think that again the kind of money that's been touted for Gakpo, I know you and Dermo were touching on about it last night, Billy, and I dropped in the chat and I said, look, for me, there is for the money, it's very expensive, and to sort of see how his stats have declined over the last two seasons from his first season, that's what concerns me. If it sort of held steady, I could see for 70 million, but um, I see I see the decline, and it concerns me. Is it going to be another Richarlison? Is it going to be another Solanke? Um, that's my biggest concern. I know you like him, Billy, um, and you'd like to see him. Um,
He's not top of my list or anything like that, but I'm just getting desperate at this point, to be honest, mate. I really am getting desperate.
yeah, you just want to see someone come in, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
I'm the same. I really would just like to see
This week as
someone
well.
come in.
This week before Hoffenheim, I think we have to get at least one player in.
Yeah. What days do we play Hoffenheim? Is it
Saturday and Sunday as
Saturday?
well. Sunday is
Yeah, we
a
play.
game.
Yeah, it's the Sunday game, but behind the closed doors one,
Yeah,
isn't it? And the
yeah.
Saturday game is the one. Yeah. I thought it was that way round. But yeah, so players out then. I mean, we've touched on Sarr. There's the Romero rumours to Arsenal that have been circulating this week.
He'll end up at
Spurs have
Atletico, won't he? He'll end up at Atletico,
yeah,
won't
yeah. I think he's gonna. I think that's why he hasn't gone to Inter Milan because he wants to go to Spain. I know his representatives have sort of touted Barcelona to see if they're interested,
he? Yeah,
but I don't think
that
they
sounds
are.
like that's his dream, isn't it, Barcelona? But I think he'll end up at Atletico.
Yeah. I think that's where he's going to end up, and I do think that'll probably move very quickly next week. He's back from being his prolonged international or World Cup break, whatever you want to call it. So he should be back at Hotspur way, and he should be probably very quickly emptying his locker, being shown the door, and flying out to Spain to join up with his would basically be him gone. Also, we are looking at who else we got going out. I know there's the Lucas Bergvall rumours that are not dying down. They sort of keep popping up every now and again. He could be on his way out. His agents are actively seeking a transfer away. Um, I I don't want to see Bergvall leave. We've discussed this numerous times, Billy, and
Yeah.
I know you agree with me on this one. We don't want to see him leave.
No, I'd rather keep
Um,
him homegrown next year's Europe and keep him around
yeah.
there.
I'm not sure on who that is. Dobbik? Is he still good enough?
Never heard of him, to be honest. Let me have a quick Google.
Yeah, Google him up.
Ukrainian footballer Artem Dovbyk. Not familiar with this guy at all. Striker though.
Where's he playing his trade? What were his stats last season, Billy? Give me some info on him.
Roma.
He was playing in Roma.
Yeah.
Oh,
Linked with AC Milan.
I know what you mean now. It's for spelling. It's for spelling. It's from my brain. Dobrik. Yeah, I do know who he is now. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he'd be able to cut the Premier League. I mean, what is he? I'm going to be at least 31.
29, yeah.
29. Oh, okay. Fair enough then. Maybe then he might be able to do it, but
Oh, he's just gone to Bologna on loan, so I don't think that one we can do that one.
no. Oh well, there you go then. I hope for his sake that someone has explained how tough his life would be if that ever happened. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree, Marco. If Romero went to Arsenal, he really would just. Look, we all know what happened with "You Shall Not Be Named," and
It's safe to say that had a lasting effect on him, didn't it? Because
yeah, it really did. It really
he's not
did.
all there in the head because of it.
Yeah, and even to this day, he still gets a lot of crap and a lot of flack for it. So, and rightly so, because the way he did it was just disgraceful. In my opinion. I mean, I remember watching the news of it. I remember watching the news. He was going to sign a new contract, going to sign a new contract, going to sign a new contract, and then all of a sudden he signed for them.
Free as well, free transfer. It'd be very
Yeah,
different to Romero.
yeah, absolutely.
But he was our captain, so
Yeah, there's sort of parallels there.
I did see a lot of Arsenal fans talking about that, but it wouldn't be the same, would it? Because we're trying to sell Romero, so it's not the same it's nowhere near on the same level as that, but it still wouldn't be great.
No,
I don't think Tottenham
I
fans would
wouldn't
be as
like
gutted, though, would they? It would just be a bit annoying, like because they were trying to make out as if they'd be signing like Campbell from us, but we're trying to sell Romero.
Yeah, yeah. It's all right, Iceman. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you, though. Thanks very much. It used to say my name on the screen, but it doesn't say it anymore. So yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it, my friend. It's all good. So then it's basically just been rumor and rumor and rumor. Did you see the Getafe game, Billy?
I did, mate. I watched all of it. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Bit of a can't really call it a friendly, could you? I don't think. I don't know if you've seen, mate, but
No.
there's been red cards and friendlies all over the place, haven't there? This week. two in the
Yeah,
Bournemouth game, and the Newcastle game had a red card, and I don't know what happened to all these friendlies. They're supposed to be friendly.
yeah. It's we're not so friendly.
Yeah,
Um,
never seen anything like it.
um, a Greece striker, but you forgot his name. Okay.
I know the one you mean. He plays for Benfica. I was just looking at him today. Pavlidis, I think his name is.
Readers.
He plays
Oh
for
yeah.
Benfica. He scored 22
Yeah.
goals last season.
Yeah, again, it'd
I'm just at the
be,
point, mate, where I would take anyone at this point, to be honest.
yeah, I really would, and hopefully,
One I'm surprised has not come up is Evan Ferguson at Roma, just because he played with De Zerbi, didn't he?
it did, but Ante went now. Isn't his transfer only just become permanent?
Yeah, I think he had quite a bad injury as well last season.
Yeah, because he was alone, wasn't it, originally?
Yeah.
With an obligation. So would Roma really let him go?
Yeah, and they're in the Champions League right as well this year.
Yeah, I can't see. I'm surprised myself that the name hasn't been thrown around, but yeah, I think he'll stay in Italy for a couple of seasons before moving on. Yeah, Rick Harris, it would be a great shout, but like we just said, he would be. He's only literally officially just become a Roma player.
What did you think of the Getafe game, mate? I thought Tonali was very good.
Yeah, I think. I mean, a bit bizarre, but it was only 70 minutes long. It's
A lot of
like,
teams are doing that this season. Now I've seen Bournemouth and Forest doing that as well.
I really don't understand that one, but okay, fair enough. Then we move. I think we looked good in quite a lot of the areas. I think the defence looked good. I think Tonali looked solid again. I think he's had a solid pre-season, really, Tonali. I think Bergvall looked okay. A couple of mistakes, but but that could be just down to a little bit of rust. But I suppose the glaring thing was for front line. We just looked weak. Conor Gallagher had a good game, I think, and obviously got his goal. So yeah, I mean, it's basically showing the holes in the squad. Really, I think that game more so than any of the other games from the tour. Or but it was a good game, and I think De Zerbi is really been learning a lot about who we can and can't trust. And
I don't know why they didn't televise that second game, do you? That would have been good to see.
Yeah, bizarre.
I'd like to have watched Fernandez in that one.
Yeah, and I mean, the first one was on Spurs play. I don't understand why Spurs play didn't just pick up the second one as well. Yeah.
Strange.
Yeah. It's rumour Giant 68. That's all I can say. I know we've looked at him. Balogun from Monaco. I should bring the chats up really rather than just read it in the chat and sort of call people on it. But yeah, I know we have looked at him and he is somebody of interest, but I think we've got other priorities. I think we're looking at other players before him. It is an interesting question then, Billy, for you. It says, do you guys think we will be in trouble if any of Tonali and Fernandez get injuries?
Maybe. But Benson Kerr, I think, is a good deputy there, and Archie Gray. I guess any club will be in trouble if your best players get injured, aren't they? So It's like saying, "Will Arsenal be in trouble if Rice gets injured?" Of course they would be, but you just have to try and make do. They don't.
I mean, look, I kind of agree. I think if one of them got injured, it probably wouldn't be the end of the world, because we've got, and certainly given how well Archie Gray's pre-season's gone,
He has been brilliant,
he's
hasn't he?
he's had a phenomenal pre-season, and the fact that we've had more senior players on the pitch and De Zerbi has consistently given him the armband when he's been on there, um, sort of screams what De Zerbi thinks of Archie Gray. So I think if we lose one, we do have players capable of definitely in. If we lose both of them at the same time, plus maybe a knock to another player, I think that's when we'd start to struggle. So if
Yeah,
you lose
I agree.
Tonali, Fernandez, and maybe then Bentancur, I think then you start to really put pressure on just Bergval and Archie Gray. I know it's only going to be one game a week, but yeah, I think that's where you'd really start to struggle. Certainly, if we're going to sell Sarr as well, because he gives you less chance of any rotation.
Yeah.
Dermo's got a question for us. Billy says, for you guys, should Archie Gray be named vice captain with Van de Ven, but who would you like as captain?
I don't see why Archie Gray shouldn't be named vice captain because of how well he's done as captain this pre-season. But I think it'll be Porro or Maddison. For me, it can depend on how fit Maddison is. Maybe Porro. If Maddison is fit, then Maddison for me. One of them two for sure, though. Definitely for me.
Yeah, I quite like Porro as captain. He's very vocal on the pitch. You often see him sort of trying to encourage or telling players what to do. So I quite like that. I quite like the idea of Porro being captain, and maybe sort of. I mean, there's no harm in naming three vice captains because that's what they are, vice
Yeah,
captains, aren't they? And you
agree.
sort of put them in a pecking order. Maybe then you put Van de Ven as your first choice vice captain, Madders as your second choice vice captain, and Archie Gray is sort of like your third choice vice captain. Yeah, that's not a bad shout either. He thinks, I know he only just joined us, but I think Tonali would be a shout.
And I think in general, it's just good to have leaders all over the pitch, isn't it? I don't think you don't necessarily need to be captain to be a captain these days. A bit like
No,
I always think about the Poch team when Toby and Jan were basically both captain, weren't they? But they weren't captains. But Tonali will be a captain, Porro will be a captain, Maddison will be a captain when they're playing. You just need captain is basically just a badge these days, isn't it? Like you can still be a leader without being captain.
yeah, I agree. I mean, you sort
Look
of
at that Poch team. We just had leaders all over the place, didn't we? Kane,
yeah, you had
Maurice, Toby, Jan, Dyer.
yeah,
But you just have leaders everywhere. That's what you want.
Ericsson as well.
Dembele.
Yeah, it really was. But it was pretty much the entire spine of the team was just full of leaders. And I think.
Did you see when Tonali pushed that player yesterday?
I didn't see that bit. I must have missed that bit.
Yeah, he really went into someone. And Ben Davis, and speaking of captains, Ben Davis had to intervene. But I think Tonali's going to be a big hit with us. But he's all leader. And Robertson, as Vinny says in the chat there as well. There's a lot of leaders all around now. What we're seeing.
Yeah. I say, I agree. Yeah.
I think I think Robertson might start against Brentford at this rate, mightn't he? Because Udogie's still not played in pre-season yet.
No, and I mean you could have the possibility of Spence coming back, but whether or not De Zerbi wants to risk it, obviously, as well. but yeah, it could be probably Robertson starting as left back. And I don't understand where I know he's had a few niggles here and there, but it's not like he was at the World Cup with Italy because we obviously didn't go, did we? So
Yeah.
um, obviously it's a little bit more serious than what we from what is being led to believe. Um, let's have a look. David Clark seems to think that Archie Gray, one of the captains, captain of the bench. That's a bit harsh, David.
He'll get plenty
A
of
bit
minutes this
harsh.
season, Archie Gray. He'll get
I,
plenty of
I, I
minutes.
mean, yeah, I mean, if you've seen any of the pre-season, David, and seen him being a leader and being him step up into that role, yes, I know it is only pre-season, but that's sort of where you sort of start to get that mentality into it. Really, you
Mhm.
sort of show that mentality in your pre-season, and you carry it forward. Dermo's also got another question. He's firing them at us. It says, question to yesterday's game, Mikey Moore, has he also a chance of playing first team football, or will alone be his last?
I think he'll go on loan now.
I
Yeah, I
think,
really do. Yeah, I think it'll be a loan.
yeah. I think, I actually think he's going to go to Cologne, FC Cologne
Yeah, me too.
in Germany. That's looking like. I don't think he's lost the opportunity to ever play first team football because you only have to look at one Harry Kane and you look at all the loans that he went out
Yeah,
on.
he's only 18 more.
Um,
Isn't he? He's got so much time ahead of him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Harry Kane was loaned out and 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 loaned out some more. And then when he finally got his opportunity, he really did break into the first team with a bang. And so yeah, I think Mikey Moore's got plenty of time. He's still young, he's still raw, he's still developing, and
Yeah,
I think trying to cut his teeth in Germany, um, a bit more of a competitive league than the Scottish Premiership. With no disrespect to the Scottish Premiership, um, so I think that will do him some good. Yeah, I agree, Rick. He does. Rick says he will go on loan there. He's a good player. There is a good player in there with more. He just needs to be more confident in his own abilities. I agree. Marco also says Moore will benefit hugely from the season in the Bundesliga, and I
yeah,
agree with that as well.
yeah. I agree.
M. Gutty says Ollie Watkins is a filthy gooner. Okay, is he an Arsenal fan? Is he? I don't know on that one if he is or isn't.
Mm.
But Marco says he was very poor yesterday, ran around like a headless chicken. I'm thinking, you talking Mikey Moore, Marco, or are you talking Archie Gray there? Um, yeah, he's an Arsenal fan, Rick says. Yeah, FC Colm Dermo is looking like where is off. Marco's on about Mikey Moore. Yeah, I think he needs to calm himself down a bit. I said it when we were playing. Who was it? Might have been Sydney when we were playing Sydney. He seems to when he gets the ball, he seems to get a little bit stressed and a little bit panicky, and I just think he
Yeah,
needs sometimes just to settle himself down. Um, yeah, he did. Giant. He got his debut goal yesterday for Middlesbrough, the only goal of the game, and then was the first player to be cautioned under the well, not cautioned, but the but Middlesbrough were the first team to suffer from a new rule where if a player doesn't hurry his arse off getting off the pitch, then the player coming on has to stay off the pitch for a minute. When Will Lancashire was being replaced, it took too long getting off, so Middlesbrough had to play temporary, but with 10 men for a minute while so it's a minute and then when the ball goes out of play again, isn't it? It's at minimum a minute, but
Yeah.
then when the ball goes out of play again. So if the ball stays in play, we could be off the pitch for 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, it could, Marco, because he was a good. I did fancy Will Lancashire, but have we got better players in the academy?
I think if he turns out that good, we'll just buy him back, won't we? So
yeah. I think we have got. Have we got? I think we have got a buyback option.
yeah, we
haven't
got an
we?
option. Yeah, we got an option.
Yeah. Question for the week. Question for the week ahead from Dermo. It says, "What is your biggest hope this week, and what transfer hope to get done? Thank you." Okay. So what is my biggest hope this week? That we get a striker brought in, and it's Victor Osimhen. That's in a nutshell, Dermo. That's what I want to see happen this week. Billy?
Yeah, I agree. A striker, and I'd like to finally get Savinho over the line as well. Finally get Savinho over the line would be good.
Yeah. I can get behind that one. So I think that's about really everything round up. Really, don't think there's really much more to sort of discuss other than bullshit corner, Billy, the segment that we love to do. Strangest or probably most far-fetched. Yeah, well, I'm on it, Dermo. I'm on bullshit corner. Probably most far-fetched transfer story that you've seen this week, or
Probably old Dermo with Harry Kane earlier, I would say.
yeah. I think probably the strangest one I've sort of seen, and the one that sort of was massive, and then just nothing has happened, is probably the Sheldrup deal. All of a sudden we were like we were linked. The bid was in. He's coming. It's all done and dusted, and then nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely nothing. So Salah contact 20k for shopping, German. I'm not. Yeah, David Clark. Vinicius Junior to Arsenal. Yeah, that is the biggest transfer bullshit corner. That was pure agent work, just getting Real Madrid to give him more money.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree, Loney, that Lancashire is better than Mikey Moore, but also Will Lancashire is probably
different
3 years
positions,
older. Yeah, and he's older as well. He's developed a bit more. And Will Lancashire is his contact he got, Billy, know what I on about. Okay.
Oh yeah, Salah's got a 20 grand a month shopping allowance with his contract.
You are joking.
Yeah. And 5 grand
crazy,
toilet roll as well.
My God. That's just, I mean, they'll put out in a contract nowadays, won't they?
Yeah.
They really will. But yeah, bullshit corner. For me, it'd be Sheldrup. I didn't give it much credence when it was first sort of rumour mill central, and I give it even less credence now. But he will come to Spurs. But I can see us doing this one week, Billy, and one of us will end up with egg on his face with regards to him. One of them will end up coming. So yeah. So that's about it, really. I'm pretty wiped. this evening. I've done a 2 hour stream already today on the new on Old Boys Gaming. Was going absolutely lovely, having a really good time of it. We were getting players brought in, we were doing getting transfers, got the staff all in, and then all of a sudden my game crashed. I didn't even click continue. I clicked on a player to look at, and the game crashed, and everything I did just was completely undone. So 2 hours work completely wasted. But the stream is out there on Old Boys Gaming. Please jump across and give it a look. I know it's basically what you'll have seen, it just ends. But what I did is after the stream ended, I came offline and basically rewatched the stream, sort of fast forwarded it to the sort of the coaching staff I signed, um, the players who I gave bids for, and sort of moved the game on a little bit. So everything that you did see has still happened, um, with a few other additions in there as well. I'm hoping to pick that up again on Wednesday evening after the eclipse, because my little lad wants me to get my telescope out and um, it's on Old Boys Gaming. I let me see if I can get there's the link, I think. No, that's not the link. Bear with me, Giant. I will pull the link up. It is a custom save I've done where I have created a football team in the seventh tier. um, and there we go. There's the video. Um, but I've created a team in the seventh tier. Oh, God, it's playing in my ears as well now. I've created a team in the seventh tier, and we are taking them hopefully to the Premier League and Champions League glory. There's the link, guys. If you do want to watch it, it's about 2 hours long. I'm literally going to be doing live streams of it. It is going to
Nice.
be hopefully at least twice a week. I'm going to try and aim to do where we sort of try and get things moving, but it'll all be done live. It won't be. It won't be. I won't do much off stream with it. It will all be done on stream. But please jump along, watch it. Um, Follow the channel, like the channel. If also with regards to this, if you are a THFC Till We Die member, you can use. I'm offering the chance to when new gens and regens start appearing into the save. You can then put your name to a player, and
Nice.
um, and you'll be able to see yourself playing for Yorkshire Warriors. That's the name of the team. It's got the team is brand new. It's got a custom badge, everything like that, custom kits. I'm currently designing new kits for next season. That's how invested I am in this save. Um, so yeah, and I'm also thinking about if I can try and get THFC Till We Die as the sponsor of the club to sort of tie the channels together. But yeah, please drop along and drop me a like on that one. I'm really invested in it. It'll be great. Also, guys, you can find me on here. I'm starting to get back into this and get more and more shows back underneath my belt after a rough couple of few months for me. Billy, where can people find you?
Yeah, just on here most of the time, and just on Twitter, Billy T. And then, yeah, I look forward to being back on with you soon again, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. So, thank you very much for joining us this evening, guys. It's been a
Thank
pleasure,
you,
Billy.
guys.
I always love having you doing shows with you. To the guys in the chat, thank you very much. Really do appreciate you joining us. Hopefully next week, as the week week goes on, or as early as tomorrow, we'll be able to start breaking transfer news again, and we'll be able to start really getting excited as the season edges ever closer, and we get rolling into the Premier League. So thank you very much. So it's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Billy and from Dermo, who's on the treatment table. It's a good night from him. Thanks very much, guys. Take care.
See you guys.